So he would like come out here, sniff for a second, pee, and then be ready to go. But now, like he regressed from one day to the next where he just doesn't want to do that. Oh shoot, oh shoot, oh shoot. Caleb, run!
Alright, we got a little bit of a situation.
In the meantime, I'm just hanging out with him.